Welcome to the AMA Way podcast, the best way to get your marketing news here at San Diego State University. This is our final podcast here of 2024, and today we're brought by a special guest, one of our consulting clients, which is the CEO and founder of SD360, Jahaziel Sanchez.
Hey, how you doing?
And along with Jahaziel, we also have a few interns with us, along with a few exec members.
Yes, I'm Vice President of Consulting for the American Marketing Association at San Diego State.
Hello, I'm the marketing intern, Stephanie Iglesias.
And I'm the Executive Vice President, Matthew.
So thank you all for joining us today. I just want to redirect back to Jahaziel. Can we talk about SD360 and how you started off through Zip, Launchpad, and Lavin, and how other young entrepreneurs can get started on their own journey?
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to say thank you so much for having us. It's been a pleasure this whole journey working with AMA. So kind of just to address your question from the very beginning, I'm an accounting major, currently in my master's program, Accounting Information Systems. So my whole journey with entrepreneurship was just to see, let me go ahead and start a business and see what the whole track is when you start, getting clients, developing a brand, listening to trends and following that. So when I got accepted to the Lavin entrepreneurship program in 2022, it was a great opportunity. I'm very thankful. Alex DeNoble, and other students accepted me there. It was like a voting process. And I decided to go ahead and start this company to see what that was like. So through some Google trend analysis, I was able to discover that a 360 photo booth might have been a way better idea versus getting a drone. Right, because that was my first thought. Let me get a drone. I have a few $1,000. Let me go ahead and buy that. But I realized there's licensing involved. There's more regulations. 360 photo booth seemed like it was a trend coming up. That easier of entry. Let's go ahead and start it with that. So that was the initial start and idea with Lavin there.
So how did it start with the first product? Was there only one photo booth, or did you have the 360 photo as well?
It just started with one photo booth. Yeah, and so the small business originally started in February of 2022, and I was just kind of looking at what's going on. And by October, after conducting some research, I ordered overseas, and it really was a risk. It was like I have $3,000. I want to buy this booth that's relatively cheaper to American prices that I'm seeing, and I swiped the card, and I could have just never seen anything showed up, and I just lost $3,000.
Have you seen on Temu or on the other websites, you order an AirPod or AirPods,
yeah,
right? And it ends up being a mini or a super gigantic just AirPod. That's it.
Yeah.
You could have gone. You could have gone a little SC360.
Oh yeah, a tiny one, just
tiny.
a little, just
yeah, the
Etsy
one. Yeah,
or
the dimensions are a whole different one. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that was that. My card kept getting declines. I'm like, hey, are you sure? Are you sure you want to? I had to call and say, yes, please, I want to order it. And luckily 2 weeks passed, and it was like, here's your shipment, and it arrived. I'm like, all right, cool. All right.
It definitely does feel like a risk.
The risk.
A massive risk. I'm like, you know what? This is going to be hilarious either way. Let's go ahead and try it.
It's not risk-free.
And it showed up. And the first event was actually working with Hispanic Business Association. What, for HBSA? HBSA. So it got here in October, and literally the next day was an event. So let's go ahead and try it.
That's
so
awesome.
that was the first one. Yeah, so very connecting with SDSU students, SDSU organizations from the very start.
Mm-hmm.
That's even better, because I know just 2 weeks ago you were at a student union event with SD360 as well.
Yes.
So that was a highlight.
Huge.
That one was my favorite. That one was so fun.
It was. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And it's definitely a full circle moment to think. Because I remember when the Latinx Center opened up, in 2022 when I showed up, and it's they were barely inauguration day. And so to think that it was a part of that, I was a part of that as well. Yeah, so earlier you asked about, how it all started with Lavin, and then moving forward now with Zip Launch. And so a big story there, a big point is as part of the entrepreneur journey, being a 360 photo booth operator, I discovered some of the issues that come up for operators. And one of those issues is creating an overlay. And that might be a little bit technical, certainly thing. You might know what that is, but it's specific to when it comes to photo booths. You have to create some type of template or design that fits the aesthetic and the vibe of whatever that event might be, whether it's a corporate event, it's a wedding, it's some type of special celebration. You have to kind of match that. And so everybody has to go ahead and do that. And so my goal was, in discovering that, I realized, how can I harness the power of AI to create something quick, unique, new, and do it a lot faster, and upload that and sell it. And so I just kind of did it just one day. The idea came. We were taking midterm season type of thing, October. So I just uploaded a few, and then I had no advertising, no type of thing involved in it. And suddenly I got found, and people purchased my overlays. And there was a few sales in October, a few sales in November, December, New Year's, and so that kind of progressed. And that was enough fuel to be able to go and speak with Zip and say, I think I'm potentially onto something here. I didn't put any dollars towards it, and suddenly I got sales. Help me get this idea across the finish line in a very strong way. And so that's what kind of allowed me to get into Zip Launch. And that's where also working with AMA and working with Belen, she took an additional role and became one of the interns. And there's a whole journey behind what we've done at Zip. And
Yeah. I mean, we've learned a lot with Overlay Magic Studios. It was definitely, we started with cold calls at first, where we reached out to around 40 to 50 SD360 operators, and we found them, or Jahaziel, we found them through Instagram, and we would find their account, and then we would either try to look for their phone number anywhere we could contact them, and then we'd call them, we'd try to sell our product. And basically, I feel like in the beginning, we had to get a good understanding what the market was with SD360 operators to see their willingness to pay, or like any doubts that they may have. And what we learned was a trend in the market, which is animated overlays. And then we shifted to only focusing on animated overlays, or like adapting to it and like learning how to do animated overlays so we can have a competitive advantage. But yeah, a lot of these people that we worked with, they already used like platforms. Like sometimes they wouldn't even like do it themselves, but a lot of the times they would. But like they wouldn't see it as like, you know, they wouldn't have enough like what's it called, business. So like it wasn't much of like a task for them to like make these overlays. But yeah, we definitely learned a lot from it, and we realized that he was getting sales from Etsy. So we were like, okay, let's do what works. So let's shift our attention to Etsy. Maybe we should look into advertising more, just targeting our audience more there. And also with Instagram, we want to make like our image more credible, I guess, because we only have like around 20 followers, no Instagram posts. So, like, I mean, if someone's reaching out to you with no Instagram posts and 20 followers, you're going to be like, I don't know if this is legit. So, I think we definitely need to work on, like, the Instagram credibility as well as the Etsy credibility. And, like, yeah, we definitely learned a lot from it, though, from those cold calls.
Absolutely. I have to kind of just add to that, too, just to kind of differentiate. So, out of SD360, this idea of overlays, you know, what was born out of that was Overlay Magic Studios. Like, let's kind of shift it, how we deliver this to the client, how we reach out to the client. And we did that on some assumptions, right? We saw photo booth operators that needed those overlays. So we thought it would be a great place to find them on Instagram. And when we did, we kind of discovered, you know, the how I concept like customer segmentation. Perhaps there's something that we're not realizing there, that Etsy clients are entirely different from the clients or the people who are on Instagram. Instagram are probably those, they got their entrepreneurs themselves, they're trying, they're going, they're doing the most they can, so they probably don't need our services. But somebody on Etsy is someone entirely different under different circumstances. They're probably pressed for time and they need something right now. So that's another thing that we kind of huge learning, like, oh wow, we did our work, we got some learnings, and it just might be highlighting that there's customer segmentation that we need to recognize and follow through with some type of new development. So when you think about AMA and SD360 and Overlay Magic Studio, what the future looks like for marketing and outreach and channels and things, that's kind of the new knowledge that we have to potentially work in the future a little bit more with that new inputs, you know.
So I was just wondering, what are some future plans for upcoming marketing campaigns?
Well, I do want to definitely, I have some ideas. I like humor, right? So let's go ahead and see what we can do, something funny. Like we were just talking about before the podcast. We were talking about the podcast. Exactly. It's like Thanksgiving's coming up, so imagine like,
the viral video, yeah.
Like spinning a turkey and the 360 just capturing in slow motion as it spins in the sauce. I mean, I don't know, it'd just be hilarious.
Yeah,
right?
That'd be really funny.
So there's a limit to how much, and there's ideas, but that's where I come and reach out to the talent that exists in AMA. So with that, like, I mean, do you have some, what are your thoughts with that? Like on something hilarious that we could do? Or?
Something hilarious? I don't know. I feel like there's like the one that we posted earlier this year with the skateboard. I feel like those like
True.
eye-catching
Yes.
like
Yeah.
memes, like when you see like a video or like that's so random, you're like, okay, what's gonna happen, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then like bam, it hits you, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Yeah.
So I feel like
It hits.
those would
Yeah.
definitely help. And then I feel like also just like staying on top of the trends, like on TikTok, all the sounds,
Yes.
like staying on top of
True.
because that's how people like that. I mean, like TikTok is like the new information for
Yeah.
like everything, you know, like
Yeah.
more than 50% of the people you talk to, they're like, oh, how do you know that? Oh, TikTok, you know.
Yeah.
So if they're gonna hear about SD360, it's gonna be on TikTok.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, there's some thoughts that come to mind too, right? Like it's SD360 company, 360 photo booths, right? SD360 Photo is a company that was born, I feel like, out of San Diego State, right? Like I'm a student here, so it's student owned. It's students go and work it as well, student operated. Students go ahead and market it, SDSU market it, right? So the whole thing is like very focused SDSU students. And so it's a learning process for all of us, I feel. Let's go ahead and try this out. We have a vehicle with which to do it. Let's go ahead and have some fun. Let's go, help out. And I have a comment about that too. Like we were able to create out of the revenues of SD360 Photo, create a scholarship, which is SD360 Resilient Leaders, right? So underrepresented communities, Project Rebound, $1,000 annually goes to them to try to promote their education. That's a very big, very important thing for me, and that's also I feel like when it comes to entrepreneurship and the concept of like capitalism, some other majors might see like, hey, perhaps that's a little too right. Where's the social cause behind it? So I feel like as entrepreneurs, we have this responsibility to inject the social cause and make sure that a company is doing good for the community and bringing it back, right? So kind of that's the big part of the mission. But kind of switching the subject, going back is when it comes to their entertainment and outreach, there was a very clever idea, which was to do interviews with a lot of students at San Diego State and just have some fun. Like, hey, what's your best fraternity or sorority? And that got a lot of traction on social media. So even doing something like that, and again, the idea of connecting with students, the idea of connecting with student organizations, and keep that going, not only at San Diego State, but then community colleges, the UCs, like let's go and let's repeat this process of injecting a scholarship, helping out, students get hired, like the whole thing. So
if I can add to that, there's something that I noticed today. I was making a video today for like my own account, and I realized like on Instagram, you know how you can collaborate with people, and like your post will also be on their post, and it's gonna show. I was thinking if like people start posting like from like the party, the weddings, or anything, we can ask them if they can collaborate with us, and then it'll show on our end to see that we collaborated with them, and then it's gonna just be showing a bunch of people's photos and videos on our page and their page, and that way like we can both get recognized and get out there by their friends and fans and like family. I just thought about that right now.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
But I feel like with him, I feel like maybe email marketing could be the best thing for him.
Like the thing we were working on. Wait,
when we were talking about
sorry,
that.
I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say the outline that I.
Yeah.
The template that I sent out for like getting like when you like the Target one I put in, like if you click like the logo, it'll take you directly to your website.
Yeah. Or I know during one of our meetings, like our weekly Friday meetings, Johanna mentioned that she brought up another SU360 operator, and she said, oh, when they sent us our pictures, like they gave us like a little thing where we could give them their feedback or like something like that just to engage with them. And I feel like that's something we should definitely shoot for in the future, especially that's something that I'm trying to incorporate with the committee, because I feel like this semester I wanted it was mostly social media, kind of our niche right now. But now that we're doing good on social media, good understanding of social media, I feel like now we can add on, maybe email marketing or like something bigger. But I feel like social media, at least I wanted to start with social media so we can master it or like get really good at it or see what works. And then once we're doing good with that, we can transition to email marketing. But I would say with social media, it's mostly just like always looking at trends, always looking what other people are doing. Not necessarily copy what they're doing, but like not copy
ideas.
But like
you just get ideas.
You're like, okay, that works, and then like you spin it your own, and then that's what makes the views. That's what like increases your awareness. But then you also want to, make those people that come into your account, convert them and like sell to them and like make sure they book and like make sure. so that's where email marketing can come in handy with him, with sales, and just providing him with more feedback on what works and what doesn't work, or like just more client testimonials that will help, I think.
Yeah.
Well, San Diego State University could definitely be on the testimonials. Pretty sure there's so many organizations that help you, right?
Yeah.
They could definitely help out. Maybe other universities that you've worked with.
Yeah.
Community colleges, other clients, weddings, parties. They could all help out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the interesting part, and I won't drop any names, but I've been able to, separate, right? Through SD360, I've been hired by staff from San Diego State. It's like, oh, I'm actually a student. What? So there's a connection that just reaches outside, even with them not knowing, us not knowing, and working with staff that they belong in their professional organizations, and they rehired us to do their holiday season party, or so there's definitely that being built out.
Retaining the clientele.
Right.
Yeah, that's
same
important.
thing. Yeah.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any upcoming plans for next spring, maybe, for SD360?
Big plans on. We are working on reaching out. We have one that, what is it, like a free free mirror photo booth?
Yeah,
3
right
hour.
now.
The giveaway? Or?
The giveaway.
Oh, for the frats?
Yeah, for the frats.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Does this start next semester, or is the giveaway happening this
No,
Christmas?
it's happening right now.
It's happening, yeah. So it's like once they do it, they get it, and they'll have it for their event to kind of get in there. So just get that going, get that entertainment
It's a great
going.
way to get people to repost on their stories.
Yeah, I'm like, if
and
y'all
just
hearing
raise
right now,
awareness.
start reposting.
And even if they don't
reposting
win,
now.
they're still going to book it eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And the other one too, when it comes to outreach, that was very great working with AMA this time around. Joanna and Alex, we would get together every Friday at a certain time, Belen as well, and we would just kind of go over some main topics. Right, the main topic is what do we have in content, and what do we have as outreach. These are two main goals. How are we doing that? And so outreach, both of those developed nicely. When it comes to outreach, we did so many events, positive, great events, great feedback, that I believe that part of the strategy next semester or in spring is going to be, assigning, let's go ahead and target hotels. All the hotels that we went to and we have these relationships with, let's go ahead and reach back. How are you doing? This is what we have.
So retargeting.
And then, but almost like assigning, like who's curious and who wants to try out and really connect, who has that desire to want to explore that and work on those skills, working particularly with like hotels. Venues as well. That's another area that we're looking at that we've had a good reputation. So let's follow up with them and how are they doing year after year. Different lessons that you really just get as you're getting in the mix of doing business. Like, oh wow, that's important. We should do that. Okay, make sure the email is great afterwards. So like little things that you start picking up and you're trying to implement. But it's not one person. It takes a whole team coming together and kind of pointing each other out and helping each other and thinking like, this is what we can do. And that's also that's the shared success is what's so awesome about it. Like, hey, let's celebrate. We were trying to throw a big company party, and we were scheduling it, but it got kind of a little tight. So that's also part of spring. Yes, that's coming up in spring. We're gonna take a little bit of time and relax and get it done properly. But we want to invite speakers, want to invite the whole thing. So and promote AMA too, the consulting. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, I feel like that's why. I don't know. I feel like I fell in love with consulting because it was just. I don't know, it's fun. You get to bounce around with like people, bounce off of ideas, see what works, what doesn't work. And like, I mean, I really got to see that when I started working with him first because like, his company was definitely one of the funner ones. You definitely much more freedom, So we were able to play around with like, videos and like, with college students, like, we're all college students, so we'd be like, oh, what about this? What about this? What about that?
Yeah.
And, like, it's just really fun, and I really love the consulting committee, so.
I definitely agree with you. I think, like, my first year here, starting, like, with this and, like, being in consulting, it was, like, damn, I got lucky. Because I was, like, honestly, I didn't know what to expect until I got in. I was like, yes, right? Yeah. And then I agreed, like, the SD360, I was like, what's this gonna be like? And then it's like so much like unlimited space for like creativity, like all the videos that we did, the interviews that we did, like the outreaching that we did, like to anyone, to whoever, to like everyone, and then like the videos. It was I can see like why you fell in love with it because I love it.
Yeah, it's
I
really
love
fun.
it. It's
if
really
we're all
fun.
promoting consulting, as a transfer student.
As a transfer, it's definitely like the biggest
I went to
thing.
AMA in consulting. Drove me right through it. Applied right away. Got in somehow. Went through it. Somehow became consulting director as well. No idea how. Just continued going on. It's been great. great to work with startups. Great to see how everyone moves on. Apply our skills. Very rarely as students we get to do that and apply our skills. Get that foot in the door, and it's just great.
Yeah, I feel like you get to learn so much. Like even with like kind of like the cold calling you were talking about. Like me and Louis were like just like cold emailing. I don't know how many people like UCSD, San Marcos, like everyone, right? Yeah. So I think also like learning about the trends too is like you kind of keep yourself updated on that too.
You do, yeah. I don't know, I really love it, and I feel like we've come a long way. At least I know before we wouldn't even meet with our clients. I know when me and Matthew started, we like
that was a hard push. We didn't even know what clients looked like. When we first became directors, we wanted to make that happen. We wanted to meet up every Friday, make that happen. Yeah. I'm glad it's actually happening with every team now.
It's very good. It's very good.
Yeah, it was crazy. I can't believe we wouldn't know our guys. But it's not like that, guys. It's not like that anymore. Please apply. You're good. You'll be safe. But, yeah. I hope,
Consulting has grown very demanding as well.
You guys didn't see your clients before?
No.
Really?
When me and him
we did not know what
the first time we started meeting our clients was when I started.
What?
And we started meeting with them like 2 weeks prior to the program. So when I started with him, I went out of my way and told him, "Can you please come for the first meeting? I want you to meet the team." Like I feel like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it just makes sense.
No, So then, what would you guys do with your clients? Before.
Would
you just like text?
Email,
like,
but
I feel like there can be so much like miscommunication.
There was a lot of problems.
Because if they're asking for this, and you can interpret it like, like this.
That's also why we focus on maybe local companies.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
For when I came in this semester, I feel like I just wanted. The first thing I wanted was organization. Meet the client first of all. And then organization, a deliverable process, like just something that will increase client satisfaction.
I think the deliverables was like probably like my favorite thing because it's like you have like a set schedule. You know, you like meeting the deadlines. Like even if you like are not good at meeting deadlines, you have them there. You know, and it's like you should like you learn you like something. I'm not good with deadlines, but like it helped me like be more manageable with my time. You know.
Yeah, I can explain it to whoever's listening.
To everyone.
But so basically it's a 10-week program. So the first week they don't really release any content. The first week they just focus on producing the content. And then on Friday the client looks at the content and is like, okay, I like this, I don't like this. If they want to change anything, they have the weekend to change it. And then they start posting the following week, and it just follows that cycle. But, I feel like really helped us out with organization. You know, they have 2 days to fix anything that the client might not like. Yeah. So, it's just little things that I've been wanting to implement, like ClickUp. Hopefully you like ClickUp.
Yeah, that was really good. I was going to say, too, like, with meeting the client, it's like you get to feel, like, their vibe. You know, like, with Jahaziel, it's like, okay, we're going for, like, that funny, like, entertaining, like, because that's what SD360 has to be, you know? It's, like, entertaining and fun. So, like, that's how the video should be. But, like, we wouldn't know that unless we didn't, like, know him, you know? It's like, we'd just be like, oh, come here, like, well, just be like all serious, you know?
Because I talked to, I was trying to fix the committee, and so I met with
fix the committee.
I mean, like, make it better.
We were in the wild.
No,
And, like, help with our, like, you know.
Hey, good job, good job.
Thank you. But,
she really did that.
What's it called? So I met with my mentor. She's a marketing agency, or she runs a marketing agency in downtown. So I asked her, I was like, hey, like, do you have, like, any tips on project management, like, any tools that you may have that you've used? Because I was an intern for her my freshman year, and I learned a lot from her. Like, it's definitely, like, a small business, but, like, you wear a lot of hats there, so you get to, like, learn.
Hats?
Like, hats. So, like, you do email marketing, you do, like, content creation, you do, like, you can touch, like, different aspects of marketing. So I just asked her, and she told me about ClickUp. She told me about Constant Contact, which is something that we might implement next semester. But, yeah, she really helped me with organizing the committee and all that. But yeah, I love her.
I think that's like the great thing about like AMA students working with like other clients. Like we have like our own like other knowledge or like other sources we can bring into like helping like our clients, you know.
Yeah. Like one of the big ones too was presented for last semester, and it was like creating a blog post on your website that just consistently just gets this information in there. You get those topics, SEO, right? Like I'm not super versed in all that, but I mean that's the idea. I'm like, okay, cool, let's go ahead and get that going. So even like the website that I'm paying somebody to kind of do, for the group, our team, is to get that content on that website and also get that blog post kind of going and get it steady. So we just kind of organically grow.
I remember when we mentioned that. I feel like, I mean, it's perfect for your company because, I mean, every event that you may have, anything you want to be like, oh, we did this cool partnership. Like, you know, they could go back on the blog post and be like, okay, this dude's legit. You know, like, he's like, people are booking him, you know, they're happy. Yeah. And yeah, it just shows your story too. So I got that idea from her too. So she helped me. But yeah, I've learned a lot from the community.
Shout out to this person.
Yeah,
shout out Sarah.
Shout out Sarah.
Yeah.
Formula marketing. Good health or good tech or
no, formula marketing.
Formula marketing.
Find good tech is all.
Got it. Find good tech. Yeah.
Cheryl Goodman.
Episode 2, by the way.
Let's go. Throw it out there. For sure.
Yeah.
Stay tuned after Thanksgiving.
Maybe just for some insights for next semester, how does consulting committee plan to grow? Or maybe change a bit?
To grow, I mean, like I said, I want to implement more platforms. I want to, I think, you know, maybe not changing up the clients, but like, no, not changing up the clients. No. I mean, I think I just want to organize it. I want us to, like, you know, seem like we're just organized. Not legit, but like, you know, like we already have a deliverable process, which is something I really wanted. We already have like a good project management tool where we can like assign tasks and be like, okay, this is what you need to do. Like if you don't do it, it's a really cool app. Like it's like, you know, it's cool. You guys should look into it.
Trust.
But,
trust. San Diego,
trust.
By the way.
We're like shutting everyone up. But yeah, I also want to do email marketing. That's something that would be really cool. I feel like maybe implementing workshops where like they can also learn and then implement it while they're learning. That's definitely in the works. It's definitely harder because, you know, it's so like short or like, but yeah, I know our digital marketing class, I've mentioned maybe I could use some of his email marketing like slides, something. Just I feel like I would want just a better onboarding process, just so they could get more trained and know what's expected of them when it comes to being a consulting director or a consulting member. Because when you're a consulting director, you definitely need to have some leadership skills. You need to be like, you need to do this, you need to do this, but while also maintaining that like friendship. Not friendship, but like they're still maybe the same age as you know, or like, you know, just like so they can respect you and like listen to you, but also have fun with you. You know what I mean? Like it's a really hard thing to like, you know, be good at. And but I feel like every consulting director this semester, like, you know, is on it and like
killed it.
Yeah,
shout
adapted.
Alex.
Shout out Johanna, Alex,
Achilles,
Alexander, Kaya, Jade. I feel like I'm missing someone.
And
Juliana, of course. They all did so good. And I was so proud of them, and I think it's because of, you know, organization and because of the deliverable process. The clients were happier. We know what was working, what wasn't working. We also have like it's just important. At least this semester, I think we did it the same when we started Matthew, where we would divide people with content creation, this person is in charge of content creation, this person is in charge of like outreach, this person is in charge of analytics. So this semester, I think every team was in charge of analytics. So when they would post something, you know, they would look at what's working, how much engagement it got, if it's working, if it's not working. And then just go off of the analytics and then see, like, okay, this is working, this isn't working, and, like, all that. But, yeah, I think it's just implementing more, maybe platforms like Constant Contact. I want to do Constant Contact or, like, something email marketing. And workshops, that's the goal.
I think the workshops is a good idea.
Yeah.
I think workshops just give more to offer to our members. It makes it more exclusive.
Yeah.
It's like you join this group.
Yeah.
Join this group because you're going to get this only here.
Yeah.
You won't get this in your classes. Maybe some classes.
The person,
Some
Kaya
classes.
was the one that gave me that idea, actually. I didn't even thought about that. I knew I wanted to do a crash course. I wanted to do, like, something where they could, like, okay, like, you need to learn this, and then you start. But that's in the works. Hopefully that happens.
You could probably in the future just implement that like that first week of just like training, like knowing what to do.
That first week will be very rigorous.
Yes, but it'll be worth it.
Yeah, but that's where I mean, that's why I wanted to do the consulting. They don't like. I don't like the consulting assistant name, or they don't like assistant, or so consulting senior director, whatever. Like, I wanted to take that person in so they can help me to improve the committee, and then when I graduate, since it's my last year, they can, like, take over my steps or, like, my shoes or whatever and make it even bigger. Because, I mean, I feel like if you, I don't know, you kind of have to want to be in consulting to do VVP, because it's, like, it's a lot of, not responsibility, but, like, I feel like you definitely need some passion to, like, pick it.
It's like you were telling us the other day. Yeah.
In a way, it's also the hardest position to get to in AMA. You have to
so?
go through consulting committee, then consulting director.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to go through the steps.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's so difficult to get into consulting committee, and then a little bit harder, a little bit easier to get into consulting director.
Yeah.
So like so many steps, like
No,
very few
yeah.
people make
I
it.
remember. I mean, I remember when I first started. I think Christine was my director, and I was telling her, I was like, you know, like, I want to get an AMA, but, like, I don't know, I'm shyness. Like, I don't know.
The little shyness.
I'm shy, I don't know. She's like, do it. So I was like, okay, I'll do consulting director. I did consulting director. I loved it, I think, for you. Yeah. Duh. And then I was like, okay, I need to, like, I just see, like, what it could be. I see that it's, like, it's just, at least, like, when I found AMA, I was like, okay, I found it because I was anxious. I was like, I need to find experience.
Dude, that was
Like,
me.
yeah,
That was me. I was like, as a transfer, I was like, damn, I'm 2 years behind. I gotta, like, step it up, you know?
Yeah.
And you know what? They show up at the perfect time.
Dude,
like,
yeah.
all the tabling events really draw you in.
Exactly.
And then you, like, surround yourself with people who, you know, are just as ambitious, and they push you to be better. Like,
it's
you
like
know.
good competition.
It is,
Yeah.
It helps you to be, it helps you
Better.
to grow and,
Yeah.
like, learn.
I think it also helps that everyone kind of has the same classes because we're all marketing students.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that too.
you kind of have a group in all your classes and all on the same
Someone
page as
to,
well.
like, someone to be there.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like that healthy competition. I mean, I gotta say too, when you're talking about the passion of the students, right? Like, you can definitely see that shine through. And like one comes to mind too. Was it Lewis?
Louis.
Yeah.
Luis, like he went out when we were talking about, I need a website. Can you help me out?
Oh,
to
yeah.
just analyze my website.
Yeah.
What's wrong with
I
it? Give me some
remember.
details. He
He
came up
went
with a
off.
full scale report that had so much that by the time I brought it to the website people that I'm paying, they were like, "Can we borrow? Can you send us a copy?" I'm like, damn. Like, I wish I had the technical thing to just kind of break it down, but I was like, but yeah, like Luis kind of just provided the next level.
That one was
Of
good. That
quality.
was so good.
That
I
is
was
like,
shook because I mean
Yeah.
he used SEMrush and SEMrush
It's expensive.
is expensive.
Yeah.
I was like, how did he?
Yeah.
How did
How do you do that?
this? But like he did really good. And
So-
I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
I think that's like the
Exactly.
magic of like AI, you know, and like implementing that when like in SD360 in the future too, like all that, like the AI is just like bam, everywhere now, you know, and
Yeah.
implementing that would be like amazing too
know,
in
AI
like
is
so many
everywhere.
ways.
Yeah.
AI is literally everywhere.
It's like scary. Like,
So hard for me to not ask chat like, what do I do?
But it's
Like,
also
no,
good for
it-
ideas, right?
No, it's
Yeah.
amazing for
Yeah.
ideas. It really
But
is.
some-
So give me a
It's
video
like-
idea or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is,
it
it is,
really
it
is.
is.
Yeah.
Speaking about that, I had to throw it out there. Lumen 5, have you heard about it?
Lumen 5, that sounds so familiar.
I was
That's
gonna
the one.
say.
Yeah, that's the one that like through Zip. Like Zip is awesome in terms of they're always like looking for the next latest tool that's out
Yeah.
there that's cheap or not inexpensive that we can use. And Lumen 5 is one of those that will help you create like a advertisement. Like almost professional grade in terms like it has you create the idea, it provides a video related to your theme, and it also creates like a voice over. What is it? Voiceover?
Wow.
Yeah, it like sounds all professional as it shifts. So like that's that, you know. So that's another tool that we're trying to use and learn about it, but it's time. You got how do you allocate your time? You know?
So if you want to use that, would that still be through Zip or would that be out of
Well, I
your
mean,
budget?
we could own. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. So like, I'm part of myself and another student, Cesar Lopez. We have an entrepreneurship program that we also started, like a boot camp. It's like just started. It's a 10-week program as well. So the purpose of that to kind of provide the same things. What tools do we have so we could have a workshop to teach them about certain things across the board, right? That's why I was even mentioned, like extending that invitation. If anybody, you know, has that marketing skills that would love to come in and speak, or they have a mentor who would love to come and speak at that location, there's a small amount that we could pay them for that 1 hour of their time. But the goal is to kind of teach them tools like Lumen 5. Like, hey, you're a small business owner. Here's a thing that you could use to promote and add to your website or whatever that may be. So. Yeah, like it's just getting hands-on. Like you did mention that AMA had like a Adobe workshop, right?
Yeah.
So with Firefly, or is it Firefly or something? That's
Adobe Express.
Okay, yeah.
Adobe Express.
Like,
it is Canva's competitor.
Oh, is it?
It is Canva's competitor, and they're growing very large, very big.
Sponsored by.
Hopefully sponsored by.
Download Adobe.
Let's use Adobe Express.
Yeah.
The workshops are definitely great just to get the word out, just expose it to people. It's top level funneling, raising awareness, education, and then hopefully they download it and then they actually use it.
Yes, absolutely.
And definitely for a club this big, it does help for professional development with all these different clubs.
Yes.
And especially with our consulting committee gives you like real world experience. Yeah. Especially when communicating with a client like you. Yeah. They're understanding what to talk about, and then with Adobe they're learning exactly what to do over there with the company itself.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Agreed.
That's great.
I feel like my position I learned a lot. Like with outreach, I mean they helped us so much with outreach this semester. Like literally they reached out. Like I mean it was all hands on with.
We
like,
also cold called. Over the summer I set up a sheet with like 100 companies to reach out to.
Yeah.
We just either Instagram, emails, or cold calls. Only like 5 responded or something like that.
Well, like since those
exactly.
5 responded, like I remember it was me, Matthew, Kennedy. I think that's it.
Maybe Valeria
if she, and then basically I had like 5 minutes to be like, okay, you guys, like I had to sell them basically on why they should do the committee, and thank God they said So I think the one person we recruited was Barbershop this semester. I feel like I'm missing someone else. We have to Tech SD360. I feel like I'm missing someone else.
There was one more that was really close, but.
It was like this grilled cheese like company.
Whoa.
It was like it was another company, but I don't know.
Grilled cheese company?
Yeah.
It was like not grilled cheese company, but they just sell like grilled cheese. I just remember it being grilled cheese. And then who else do we have? Barbershop, SD360.
There's Romulus.
Oh, Romulus, yeah. So the 2 we recorded was Romulus and Barbershop. I remember when I got in Romulus call, I don't think you guys could make it. But it was the one time I was alone, so I was like, okay, I gotta lock in right now. And I talked to him, and I think he was trying to sell me at first.
I remember when you were telling us the story.
He was trying to. I don't really remember, but he got on that call basically trying to get something out of AMA. No, I don't really remember. But then I was like, oh, well, I wanted to talk about the consulting committee. He was like, oh, what is it? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, so it's this and this and this. He's like, oh, I'm definitely interested. This is something that we definitely want to even start an Instagram account. Like, we already started, like, I have a marketing group right now. We have, like, a brand guideline already. Like, it would be great if you guys could pursue, like, our vision or whatever. And I was like, perfect. Sign up.
Sign me up.
Sign up. We got you. And we got him. And one of their views got 1 million views. And they're so happy. And they want to, extend opportunities to the directors, too, and the members. So,
Apply.
And I think what makes like the success of that team more unique is the client is in a different state, so they mostly work remotely.
Yeah.
They just can't build the same relationship because like the clients in San Diego.
Yeah.
So it's just the fact that they saw so much success so quickly is just incredible.
Yeah, I think it helped that he definitely gave them a lot of freedom, and I mean his goal with Instagram was kind of not creating memes, but it was targeted towards the college demographic. So like college students would like what they're posting. And obviously, okay, let me elaborate what Romulus Media is. So Romulus Media is like a marketing agency that connects the college demographic with other brands. Like, I work under them right now with Acorns, which is an investment app, and I'm a campus ambassador. They have other opportunities like, I think, just basically like brand ambassador opportunities or marketing opportunities if you're interested and want to gain experience as a college student. And he wanted to target college students by creating, like fun, like just creative content that's like, oh, this is funny, like let me follow them. And then like I like it. And then when they go to his Instagram, they're introduced to his network and they're like, okay, you like this, then let me introduce you to what we have. And I like that approach. I was like, okay. At first I was like, okay, that's different. But then I was like, okay, it's funny.
I like kind of like a middleman type of.
They are a middleman.
Like a middleman,
They're
right?
like a third party.
Yeah, like a third party. Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely a middleman. But yeah, when I started with Jahaziel, I was scared. To say the least. I mean, obviously you're scared when it's like something new. You know, you're like, this is a new leadership role. I've never done this before. But, you know, he was so chill. And like, when I talked to him, it was like, you know, I was talking to fam, you know? It's just fam. But like, still professional in the beginning. But yeah, you know, we've grown close and like, yeah, I feel like he's helped me with growing and like, yeah.
That's so sweet.
I hope everyone got that experience from consulting.
Yeah,
everyone's of course scared at first. Like I was terrified.
Yeah,
everyone's terrified. I went to La Jolla for 8 hours on one Friday. And we were just terrified. We were just working through funnels, a whole marketing campaign. Scared the shit out of me the first day. And the second week, third week, terrified.
Yeah.
Even to the last
the
day,
whole process.
terrified.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like we learned a lot. Or I learned a lot when I first started as a consulting director with Jahaziel. His company, I feel like, has grown, or like his Instagram, at least, like where it started or like where it is now, looks very different.
Instagram went through a whole rebranding.
It did. It's just like cleaned up. It's like we got the link tree on there as well. Like it's just the brand, just consistency, just getting published is very nice. And I mean, on another note too, my kind of goal was to. You know, I just got in the master's program, so I'm trying to focus and do a lock-in and all that. And so kind of relax on the business side. But I believe all the work that was done in the previous months started just picking up. And so like this month, we had a few events already. You know, a few events and generated some nice revenue. And we come in next month as well. We got some more events coming up, you know, so all that work that's been being done has been leading to, you're starting to see the fruits of it already. So it's just kind of like, excellent. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I remember, I think they did outreach to like, you know, all the orgs here for his company. And I think the film festival or like the film club. Yeah. It was like a big deal. I was like, oh my God, yes. They responded. But
it's so nice to see like the oh my god.
It's the excitement.
It's excitement. It's working. Yeah.
But yeah, even if it's just one little answer, it's like damn. Like out of the 100 people, at least we got one person.
Yeah. That's still something.
Yeah, it is.
It's a work.
Yeah, but yeah.
So about school events then, would the goal maybe be Aztec Nights or a big event like that?
Wow, yes.
Ooh, yeah, that would definitely, like, that would look good.
Yeah, that's definitely still the top right there. Like, I mean, for the final one, again, that's going to be my last semester at FCSU coming up. So it'll be like, let's go ahead and get it. Like, just, that would be a huge one, for sure.
Yeah, it's been a goal since I started with you. Getting him for Aztec Nights.
Yeah.
That would be huge.
Start calling. Start
emailing. Hey, whoever's at Aztec Nights listening to this.
Please.
Aztec Nights, come hire us.
Let's go.
Yeah, Aztec Nights would be a good
That'd be fun.
endeavor.
And student union events.
Yeah. Basically anything SD360.
SD360.
Anything related to students.
I mean, and it's like the part of it too to moving forward is expanding the services to like bar services, casino tables. So I was like bringing that level of entertainment, just like the one-stop shop to get all that cool stuff in there. So that's definitely coming, and like Aztec Nights.
Aztec Nights.
Getting there.
Yeah, one day we'll get there. I believe. What would you say you learned like the most from this, Stephanie?
The most? I feel like it's like you said, like there's just so much like that I learned. Like I know definitely the outreaching was just like something really new to me. Like it was just like bam, 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 like finding people, and then also like I used to create content, but it wasn't so directed towards like something, right? But it was really fun to like just be creative with it, you know, especially like since Jahaziel wanted it to be kind of funny, like doing new things like the interviews too. And also I think one of my favorite things was just bouncing the ideas off, because like for me I love working with teams, because that's like where you build so many like ideas, and you're just like, oh, this person said this, oh, this person said that, and you can just like make one like amazing idea, you know?
For sure.
That's probably one of my favorite things too.
Yeah, I love bouncing off ideas.
Yeah. You can like do so much, you know, with ideas, and then actually execute it together. And it's like the best thing about it is like when you actually see it happen, it's like Yeah, we did that.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, we did that, you know? Yeah.
So I guess as we're kind of wrapping it up, do you have any parting words for maybe future students that want to apply for consulting?
Ooh.
Maybe advice?
Advice?
Advice, maybe what to
I
look
would
forward to,
definitely-
hype it up a bit.
As for advice, for me, I was, like, not the best with time management. That was probably, like, the one thing. I would say, like, just keep track. Because I know we have our deliverables and, like, the tasks that we're assigned. Just, like, keep it in mind, like, what you have to do. And then, as far as hyping it up, like, girl, it was fun. It was so fun, especially working with Jahaziel and Belen, like, all our team members. Like, it was fun knowing that everyone, I think it's Belen, you said, like, or Jahaziel, like, just having the passion for it. It's just, that's honestly, like, if you love it, then it's going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
You know?
It will be fun.
Yeah, it's definitely really fun. Definitely really fun.
What do you think too about like the actually working the events? Like when you're there,
Oh,
it's like, oh my
the
god,
events.
we gotta just
Okay,
think on your feet and
I
get
think
in.
working with the events, it was definitely like different vibes working with like the mirror booth and then like the actual 360.
Okay.
Yeah, there's definitely different vibes with it. I'd say it does get crowded sometimes, and then people might get like a little confused, like what's going on.
Mhm.
But then I think a big thing was like as far as like service wise, it's important to like hype them up as well, because
Oh,
you know
yeah,
some people kind of get
engaging.
kind of awkward. Yeah, the
Yeah.
engagement needs like they need it too from us. So.
For sure.
Yeah. But working the events was like so much fun. Just like looking at like there was like when I was doing like the media for I think the Pachanga. Yeah, I
Oh,
was just
yeah,
like
yeah.
looking at everyone just like having fun, like taking silly pictures and like with their friends or with their boyfriends and everything. And, like that was like it was such a nice experience to see everyone have fun. And, you know, I think that's like the important thing that we need to like put out there for SD360, like their memories, you know, it's like nice to capture them, look back on them, you know.
Yeah.
We had-
It's just good to know that your product put a smile on someone's face.
Yes,
Oh, it is.
exactly.
It's
That's
entertaining.
exactly my point. Yeah, like just, I mean, that's what the photos are for, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Remembering that day.
Yeah, for
Remembering
sure.
the day, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's like you go in there and you go to a party and you got like you got the dancing, you
Yeah,
got
like
the
how
eating,
you were saying earlier.
you
Yeah,
got the drinking,
yeah.
and it's like you got the photo booth. You got to go in there and just do some reckless, and it's just funny to see the transition. It's like
Okay.
you start off like super calm and shy, and by the end of the party, it's a whole different person who's getting on there
Yeah.
because you know whatever
And
it
then you
is.
get to look back on it like, oh my
yeah,
god, I did
yeah.
that.
So,
I did that.
it's like people
But
might
it's
be shy at
fun.
first, but it's
Yeah,
like
but it's
it's almost
fun.
you can't go wrong when you do it in there. You just do a few movements and it's gonna just
Natural,
yeah,
yeah, it's fun.
for sure.
Yeah.
The mirror photo boot's my fave.
I liked that regional.
Yeah,
that
that
was
one was
really
fun.
good over there.
That one was that one was fun.
I like the 360 as well, but the mirror is like specifically really good. I like that one.
Yeah.
It just
I
turns
think-
out really good.
Yeah, I like managing that one.
Yeah.
It's so easy. It's
Yeah,
like you just hype
just
them
here.
up and you're like, all right, go. But yeah.
I think I
Yeah.
like the mirror one, the mirror booth a little bit more, just because you can see like everyone too, like a mirror.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
you can
yeah,
see,
like
like, you
just
can
then,
see
yeah.
yourself. Like
But
what's
360
going on.
gets people running to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like,
for
what
sure.
is that?
I think my favorite part, like this, I'll say this season. Well, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Like this,
This season.
Yeah, this season was when we had like the money gun and
Oh,
like
yeah.
the videos that like just be like yeah. For listeners, I'm like pointing a little gun up, and then, like, the money's just flying
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
But then having to pick it up was like kind of not.
Oh no, yeah. So there was a trick that was it just came up like impromptu at one of the events
Uh-huh.
because you had all like everybody just trying to pick up the money. Only one bill is real. Only one of those hundreds is actually
yeah.
real.
I remember.
So it's like you had all these like kids that were like just running around picking them
Where
up
is
like
it?
laughing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that was
remember.
hilarious.
That was fun.
It's really smart.
It was a whole game. It was a whole game. They would come up to me. Is this one real? I'm like, I don't know. It's 80% real. Close. Yeah.
Yeah. Or the bubble gum. That one's my favorite
Yeah.
too. But yeah.
Working the events is definitely really fun though.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah,
yeah.
it's cool.
also
Connecting with
really, yeah,
everybody.
connecting with everyone
Yeah.
too. You know, especially if you're like a people person.
Yeah.
It's nice
that
to
is,
see.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, book SD360 photo booth. There's a giveaway right now on Instagram.
Frat
if you're in a
stories.
sorority,
Yeah. Book it.
What are the rules to
photo.
enter?
comment,
What are the rules to
like.
enter again? Repost on story and like
You
the
gotta,
post?
yeah, like it, repost it, share it,
second,
and then
give me a
tag
second.
your favorite friends
Yep.
or sororities.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Your favorite sororities.
Yes. Follow us on Instagram. Tag your favorite sorority or fraternity. Comment date/time to use the mirror. And you must like and repost the posts.
Y'all heard it first.
Hey.
From here.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Do that fast.
Podcast. Do it fast.
And when will the winner be announced?
15th.
15th?
15th. Yeah.
15th of December.
That is coming up.
Yeah, soon.
Yeah,
Very soon.
absolutely.
So,
Coming.
Please participate.
y'all get on
Let's
it.
get
And
it.
apply
Let's
to
get it.
consulting.
Yes.
Yep.
You will
And
learn
y'all
a
get
lot.
lucky if y'all get Jahaziel.
Or any of the clients.
Or any other clients. Or any other clients. Okay, promoting all the
You'd be
other.
lucky to get in.
You'll be lucky. That's true.
Yeah, guys.
I know
For
sometimes
sure.
only cut it again.
Yeah.
I want to
But
thank
I'm
you all
glad.
for joining us today. To find SD360 in specific, it'll be linked down below on our Spotify and YouTube for easier access. But again, it's always on Instagram. You can find us easily over there, especially through all of AMA's accounts. Like, they're tagged everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I want to thank all of you with Belen, Stephanie, and Matthew, and then finally Jahaziel being here with us today. Thank you so much for being here on our last podcast of 2024.
Hey,
Thank you. It was an
wrap
honor
it
to be
up.
here. It was
Yeah.
fun. It was
Honestly,
fun.
thank you so much
Yeah.
for
Having
having
us,
us,
yeah.
and it's amazing.
Yes, keep listening,
Thank
y'all.
you.
Stay
Yeah.
tuned next season.